Hello, Gordon here. Hope all is well with you. And this Facebook Live I've called a Superbowl First. You might not have noticed because it was the Super Bowl last night. I don't know if I've mentioned it before. Have I ever spoken about the Super Bowl or the NFL before? I think I might have mentioned it in passing. Anyway, it was the Super Bowl last night and there were lots of firsts. It was a great game actually, a defensive grind, a low scoring defensive grind. A couple of offenses, flashes of brilliance which didn't quite pay off for the Rams, which could have won the game, and one particular offensive flash from the Patriots which did win the game. And that's their style, and it's been their style for a long time, and they won their 6th Super Bowl to join the record of the most winning teams, the 6th Super Bowl, but with the same coach and quarterback. So those coach and quarterback combination, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, have won 6 Super Bowls, and they've been in 9. And they nearly won the other 3. They didn't get hammered in any of those. A lot of NFL players only dream of getting to 1 Super Bowl. A whole load of NFL players never get anywhere near getting to 1 Super Bowl, let alone getting to 9, let alone winning 1 and winning 6. Almost doesn't bear thinking about. And Bill Belichick became the oldest coach ever to win the Super Bowl, and he is going to go down as a legend of the game. Not one of the happiest people you've ever come across. A bit of a, I'm going to go with a moody git. Whenever he talks to the media, he doesn't like talking to the media. He does it because he has to and does the bare minimum, but he's a professional. All about the winning for him. And to be fair, you win 6 Super Bowls, you can pretty much do what you want, can't you? But that's not the first that I'm talking about in this video. And it's the first you might not notice because it was to do with the cheerleaders. Now, I know that, American football has the cheerleaders. And in fact, a lot of people in Britain say they don't like American football because it's too American. Because it's rah, rah, rah with the cheering pom-pom, the cheerleaders and the pom-poms, and they just don't like it. I'm not the cheerleading itself doesn't do anything for me, but that's not a reason to dislike the sport, is it? Because the sport is a beautiful sport. But I focused more on the cheerleaders since I went to the one of the NFL games in London back in 2014 and noticed the squads of cheerleaders. I couldn't believe how many they were. And it was fascinating to see that the work they do throughout the game, doing their job. And you don't see it on television. The cheerleaders don't get any coverage on television. They didn't get any coverage last night in the Super Bowl. But when I saw them at the NFL game in London, they're doing their job just as much as the players on the field are doing their job. And the cheerleaders are professionals. They're working. And here's the first from the Super Bowl last night. I'm going to get straight to it. Male cheerleaders. The LA Rams in 2017, I think it was, were the first team only in 2017 to have male cheerleaders. And the LA Rams obviously got to the Super Bowl. So the first time ever there's been a male cheerleader at the Super Bowl. And there are 2 of them. Quentin Perron and Napoleon Ginnies. Now, if they're not 2 NFL names, I don't know what is, but anyway. So yeah, they were the first 2 male cheerleaders ever. And the only pictures of them that I've seen, not at the Super Bowl, but at previous games, is they've got like sort of tops and trousers on, and they're dancing with the rest of the cheerleaders, but they haven't got the pom-poms. So it looks a bit weird to me. Why, I'm tempted to ask, well, why haven't they got the pom-poms? And the answer might be, well, that looks silly. Well, doesn't it look silly when the women have got them? That's the whole point of it, isn't it? So I don't know. equality, great. And here's the thing, here's the goal achievement point. And I've spoken about already the cheerleaders working and doing their jobs, training to be a dancer, going for the auditions, all the travelling, all the working during the games, the PR work, etc, etc, etc. And then look at these two chaps, Quentin Perron and Napoleon Ginnies. What's their backstory behind becoming the first male cheerleaders in the NFL and also the first male cheerleaders in the Super Bowl? How they decided to become dancers. How did they pay for their dance schooling? What other dance jobs have they had? How did their auditions go? What was it like being the first male cheerleaders in the league? Fascinating, isn't it? And that's the kind of story that really catches my eye, because it is a goal achievement, self-improvement, personal development, cracking story, isn't it? Involving sport and the background, sort of behind the scenes, off-pitch side of sport. And I love those stories just as much as the cracking stories on the pitch, i.e. Bill Belichick and Tom Brady winning their 6th Super Bowl in 9 appearances. Unbelievable. So, let me know what you think. Did you watch the Super Bowl last night? Did you enjoy it? Did you spot the cheerleaders? Did you spot the 2 male cheerleaders? I don't know if they were actually both there last night. I did notice that when the teams were running out, I had a look at the Rams cheerleaders as the Rams came out, and I spotted one of them, the male cheerleaders, in the lineup. But that's all I saw of them for the rest of the night because, well, I was watching the game. Let's be fair. So, you can find out more about this kind of thing, this goal achievement process, over at my Transform Your Life Now program, which you can see at transformyourlifenow.com. And I've mentioned before, it was sport, and specifically the NFL, which gave me my breakthrough in turning my passion into profits online. And you can find out more about that at fbpassionprofits.com. And I'm going to be speaking more about that, particularly later in the week. So keep your eyes out for that. So if you like this message, if you like this video, do me a favour, hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. Or leave a comment. I'd appreciate that too. And if you're watching this video not on my Transform Your Life Now page on Facebook, I'd appreciate you popping over and hitting the like button on the page. That helps me get my message out further as well. So I'd appreciate that. Hope all is well with you. Wishing you as ever health and happiness. And I will speak to you again soon.